And that's why such commemorations in parliaments and the fact that the United Nations is for the first time convening a commemoration event in New York only this Monday with our President, His Excellency President Mahmoud Abbas, in the General Assembly representing his people, conveying our message. It is a historic event. At last, the United Nations recognizing the Nakba. Because this must and should lead to criminalizing Nakba denial. Criminalizing Nakba denial. Still, people in Palestine lose their lives. We've seen what happened in Gaza only last week. And mind you, those who were targeted in their bedrooms, in their beds, the families, the kids, the children, the women, are originally refugees. Not once in history, refugees have been targeted once and twice and 3 times and 10 times and 100 times. The same refugees. They are after the very people they have already ethnically killed. More than 75% of the Gaza population are refugees from historic crimes. Not only the UK fails to recognize its own responsibility of what happened 75 years ago, the Nakba, and the responsibility is all over. And our President in the General Assembly did say that 2 countries bear most of the responsibility for what has befallen the Palestinian people. He named the UK first, and then the US. The UK, he did, President Abbas said the UK first, and then the US, because the US picked from where the UK started. And therefore, not only they are failing to recognize their wrongdoing, the huge injustice that they have caused, and not only by the Balfour Declaration, by the British mandate. Britain was entrusted by the League of Nations to be in mandate of Palestine to resolve issues, not to create issues, not to leave the mess behind as they did. Not only that, not only they failed to recognize the state of Palestine as per the will of the British people. You know, the Parliament in Westminster voted overwhelmingly in 2014 to recognize the state of Palestine. I'm sorry, the Parliament is not a charity. The Parliament represents the will of the British people. The word catastrophe in English does not really give the word in Arabic its real meaning. Nakba in Arabic means when somebody loses everything, not just one dear thing. When you lose everything, when you lose lives, livelihoods, property, home, lands, when you lose your culture, your history, when you lose everything, that's a Nakba. And that's exactly what happened to the people of Palestine between 1947 and 1949. The loss of everything in a very well documented, very well executed campaign of ethnic cleansing. More than 2/3 of the nation were made refugees, expelled by force from their homes to make way for a Jewish majority state to be called Israel and announced on the 15th of May 1948. But that day was paid for long before that, was paid for that day here in this country. Not in Edinburgh, you're not as guilty, but in London. But by Balfour, who is Scottish, who promised our land without consulting us, without any consideration to our people, our rights, our heritage, our history. And in less than 67 words in that declaration, we, the indigenous nation of the land that have lived there for millennia, that have almost produced every civilization, almost all prophets, that have been the major hub between East and West, that had all the gorgeous coastal cities like Jaffa and Haifa and Akka and Gaza, all the industrial hubs like Nablus and Jenin and Khalil, the religious and cultural hub and national hub, Jerusalem. We were turned by Balfour as minorities with civil and religious rights. So we only had the right to pray in our own land. At the time of the Balfour Declaration, we owned 98% of our own land. We were turned into minorities. So it all started here. And that is the significance of the fact that the 75th commemoration of the Nakba was honored and remembered in the Welsh Assembly Monday morning, in Westminster in London Monday evening, and the finale could not be better in the Scottish